Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we have the limit break request that is going to be dropping the 7th. Just recorded a video, thought it was the 5th, but it's actually the 7th, so I had to redo it. It will be the 7th, so dropping in like 3 days, 2.5 basically. And I just want to go over what characters you should bring. So it looks like for the rules of slot 1, you're going to want a hollow killer with as a mind character. Mind attribute damage is ×2, obviously a ranged character with, and then they also have killer effect ×5, and there's also burning on the ground. And as you can see, you kind of already know exactly who this is going to be for. This is obviously going to be a slot for the new Halloween Ninny. She has legitimately every single thing meant for that stage, so she's going to be the best character for it. She has a hollow killer, she's no affiliation, she's mind, she has double status element, she has sprinter and long stride, so basically you just end up giving her full stamina damage and weakened defense most likely, and you should be fine. Or even just damage, or even just like damage to burning or damage to weakening, either or. She also has fire resistance, so she won't be set on fire, because there are a lot of burning pools in this area. I saw when they were doing the showcase that there is a lot of burning pools in this limit break request. She also has a heal every time she procs her gauge, and with the amount of enemies in here, she's going to be proccing her gauge quite often, so she's just going to be one of the best hitting units in the entire game for this limit breaker. She has frenzy, she has heavy plus 20%, and she has sharpshooter. So yeah, I think you might maybe give her another sprinter, I'm not too sure. I feel like full stamina damage and damage to weakening would probably be the best, but maybe it'll take some testing. Alright, and then for slot 2, it's going to be more hollow enemies. The enemies are going to be mine, so you're going to be wanting to be bringing a heart character. Obviously, you know, you have heart attribute damage ×2. You want a melee character. The killer effect is ×2 only, so he will be doing less damage, or they'll be doing less damage. And then they have paralysis on the ground, so you're going to be wanting to bring either a full status immune character or a character with paralysis resistance, either through links or just from their skills or innate skills in general. So let's just go see who we could possibly bring for that, for the best one. I'll be going over like characters you can swap out towards the end, if you're curious. Alright, and in my opinion, I think the best character is going to be Bruno from the Burn the Witch Parasol banner. He's just absolutely insane. He's going to have a hollow killer. He's a mind, or he's a heart character. He has really good recharge as well. He has weakening on all of his skills. He has Berserker plus 100% from his gauge effect. The decreased damage taken is kind of weird, but whatever. His innate skills, he has Marauder, he has Sprinter plus 2, Long Stride, so he's just going to be the quickest character in the entire game besides White, because he has Sprinter plus 3. His gauge starts at 70%, and then every single time you do proc your gauge, you have 30% of recharge, you get a heal, and then you get a 50% spiritual pressure boost. He has devastation, full stamina damage for his link, that's what I gave him. He has complete status immunity, so absolutely insane, so no matter what, he's just going to be a good character for any limit break request realistically. He has frenzy plus 2, debility plus 5, and then I gave him weakened defense. You could probably give him damage to weakening, if anything. Maybe that would probably be better, but yeah, he's probably going to be the best one, unless maybe mid-month comes around and they're somehow better, but I kind of doubt it. Yeah, let's hop into who the final character could be. Alright, and so for now, for the slot 3, there are going to be no affiliation enemies. The enemies are going to be speed, and then there's going to be paralysis pools on the ground. So realistically, if you can bring anyone here, but I think the best character would be a technique character that has no affiliation killer. So let's see who we have. I thought I had it backwards. I had a speed character set up for the best team, but maybe I guess I was wrong. I had it backwards. You know, looking at this, I don't really want to use Artwork Ichigo. I feel like he would be fine, but I just think that even with all those boosters, I still think just any other character would be better. So maybe just go with no affiliation killer. Yeah, so you have White, you could have 8th anniversary Ichigo. Macy, I was thinking of bringing Macy, just because why not? Full Burn the Witch team, that would be kind of sick. But then I also saw my Max Transcendent Unohana. There's just so many options you could basically do. You could bring Ichigo. Like, I like that this third slot is actually pretty flexible. I wish there was a booster for something, just something, so that way they have more damage. Like, hey, if you bring no affiliation killer, you get a ×2 boost, you know? But, yeah, anything like I guess you have a max transcended, Ichigo, he would probably be fine. But anything below that is like, yeah, probably not. So if I had to say, out of the no affiliation killers, I would have to say either White, 8th and Ichigo, Macy, maybe Gin, but I think his damage is pretty lacking. Kaname could be good if you have some dupes on him. Ichigo, 7th anniversary Uryu. Those are probably your best options for that slot. And honestly, I'm probably going to go Macy because I think that looks cool. But yeah, let's just go over some replacements for all the attributes or all the slots, and I will be right back. Alright, so when we're looking at slot number 1, they have the Mind Hollow Killer, and now was it a ranged one or was it melee? I have to double check. So it was a ranged one, so realistically, if you want the best maximum damage output, you were going to be wanting to use a ranged character. Boom. So very, very, very slim options. Maybe if you have a max transcended Aizen, maybe, but realistically, Nini is your only like saving grace here in terms of that. But if you take off the range and you just lower your damage a bit, you do have the Nelly Yell, so if you have a lot of dupes in her, she could be fine. Maybe tag team Soifan Yoruichi. I don't think Don Kanoji is that good. I only have him 1 out of 5. I haven't actually worked on him or anything, and yeah, it's looking a bit rough. So basically, if you don't have Nini or Nelly Yell, I think that you kind of are just going to have to go off of the Hollow Killer and go for any duped out mind character you have. So maybe you're going to use White. You could use Baogo possibly. I do like that Baogo. He has an amazing kit in my opinion. If you're really down bad, you could use this Yamamoto. You could. 7th anniversary Ichigo is another exceptional option. Maybe if you have a lot of dupes in the Nelly or the is this the Lisa? Yeah, and this Lisa, maybe she could do fine. And then maybe, you know, Luna Rukia. She is a very good nag character, but she's a booster. So, I don't know if she's going to have enough damage output just on her own. Like, she's a really good booster in, like, GQ, but in regular, like, PvE like this, I don't know how well she could hold up. But yeah, probably White or 7th anniversary Ichigo. Those are probably the 2 best ones if you don't have Nini. So, let's go on to the number 2 slot. Alright, so this is what you're going to have if you go for the Hollow Melee Heart character. It's Bruno. Don't have that guy. Shinji, maybe if you have dupes in him, and that's it. That is it. That is all you have. None of these other characters are usable. Like, that, no. There's just no way. Maybe if you take off the melee, and you go for a ranged character, maybe Rangaku, maybe, but even then, like, the choices did not get better at all. You got like a few extra characters that are all still incredibly outdated. Hollow Killer is just nowhere. I'm so glad this Bruno dropped, so I'm really sorry for anybody who's missing him. We'll probably get a rerun for him in a month or two, either November or December. I guess if you take off Hollow Killer, what could you possibly have? Maybe the Anuna Well could do decent, but I think that her main value was basically off of her Soul Bomb. Kugi has Rampage, so he could definitely be a really exceptional option there. Possibly Kaname. He does have a Vortex. If you have some dupes in him, maybe he would be really well. Thousand Bloodborne Ichigo, really good option in like basically anything. So honestly, he could probably do pretty well there. And then maybe the Yoruichi, she did do pretty good for some people on the last quest, so, you know, if you have her built, I think she could definitely be an option. But obviously, overall, I think the best options for if you don't have Bruno would probably be Quilgi and Noelle and Thousand Bloodborne Ichigo. Those are my 3. Alright, and then here is the Technique one, yet again, for the no affiliation tech character. And yeah, it's pretty rough. It's basically only Gin or Artwork Ichigo. Everyone else, I don't think, has a singular chance in doing that well. So realistically, just take off the no affiliation and just use any Technique character you want, or just use any character, because I feel like this slot is basically just open for whatever character you have extremely built. But for Technique, I think Tosho could be an absolute really good choice, because I believe he does have immunity. Yeah, shared complete status immunity, his bombardment, havoc, He has Frenzy +1. He has Sprinter +2, so you could just give him full stamina damage, and then Long Stride, and I think he will be cooking. Yeah, I think he would be an exceptional choice if you have dupes on him. Or honestly, even 1-5, I think he could do really, really well. This Ichigo, didn't even see him, but I think he would be an outstanding choice. Yeah, I think he would do fine. Now, it's just that this last slot, since there's no like big boosters, it's kind of like, I don't really, I can't really give any thoughts without like actually trying it out first. But I think that those two would be probably some of the best ones. Bambietta could probably do pretty well. Yeah, but I'm probably going to try out Macy just because if it doesn't work, then yeah, I'll probably just switch to this Ichigo, since all of my characters here are all 1 out of 5. I don't think I have a singular one of these characters more than 1 out of 5. So, yeah, maybe Aizen, but he's a nag. I mean, he did well in the first one. So, I mean, if you have dupes in him, at least 2 out of 5. Maybe he could cook. Maybe. But yeah, that's the video for me. So let's just go over and show you what I'm going to be bringing. I'm going to be bringing this team. Obviously, the last slot could be very hit or miss. You don't have to bring a technique character. You could literally just bring any character, to be honest. Just bring whoever you want. Like, maybe I'll switch it up and bring Unohana. Who knows? But, yeah, that's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys have an absolutely amazing day. And hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.